When we have stressors, mental, emotional, or physical, our body releases cortisol. And cortisol is part of this nervous system piece, right? So cortisol arouses you, it puts you into that kind of fight or flight state so that you can quote unquote run away from the bear or, these circumstances have the energy and the ability to tackle the stressor at hand. And that's all fine and dandy. If it's one stressor and it goes away and you go back to normal, great. But for so many of us, stress is just stacking on stress on stress. So cortisol continues to be pushed out from our adrenal glands. And when that goes on for a long period of time, we can start to see physical changes. So with high cortisol, we might notice we're crashing at 2 p.m. We're waking up in the middle of the night. We're tired all the time. We might notice our digestive system gets affected because cortisol is catabolic, meaning it breaks tissues down. So it can start to thin the lining of our gastrointestinal tract, known as like leaky gut, which can lead to a lot of issues with like food sensitivities.
Is that something you test just through the standard blood test that your doctor does?
I wish, but unfortunately, cortisol in blood work isn't wildly accurate when it comes to looking at this like 24-hour output. Now, you can test cortisol in the blood, and I do, but first thing in the morning, one snapshot in time isn't really going to reflect your daily output. So cortisol tests in the blood are going to be helpful for screening like autoimmune conditions like Cushing's or Addison's disease. And those are pretty extreme conditions. But what we're looking at is, that in between, the dysregulation. So you can test through saliva or urine, kind of like a 24-hour output and see what is your cortisol curve and output through a regular 24-hour day. And that would give you a much better indicator of where your cortisol levels are.